Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy.
Yeah, it's important. I think anytime, whether it's you're getting off to a fast start with the season, you're getting off to a fast start in an individual game, you're getting a fast start, within your division. I mean, I think those are all important things to try to accomplish.
That's the voice of Saints head coach Dennis Allen. I don't know if it was the fastest start I ever saw, but it was fast enough as I got out to a 1-0 start beating the Titans last weekend, and they'll head up to Charlotte tonight to take on the Panthers in a divisional game in Monday Night Football. Lance Moore, NFL vet of 11 years, Super Bowl champion and Saints Hall of Famer up there in Charlotte with Sharif Ishak. He joins us now on the Jim's Firearms Hotline. Lance, thanks for the time. How are you?
Doing well. Ready for the game tonight. Hopefully we can build off of what we started last week and make 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 is the goal, and 1-0 certainly was. They got it done. What did you make in totality of the Saints' offense last week?
I bet it's a work in progress. It's tough whenever you're without one of your best players, and obviously I'm referring to Alvin Kamara. He's somebody that you can do so many different things with. When he's not there, the offense can sometimes look like it needs a boost. But with that being said, I feel like at least the passing game looked to me like one that could be one of the better ones in the National Football League. Obviously, Derek is a quarterback that likes to push the ball down the field. I think that's something we're going to see more of throughout this season and hopefully a bunch of tonight. I think the running game needs to be better. And we don't necessarily have to run the football 35, 40 times a game. I do think we need to run the ball more effectively and being able to, maintain a solid time of possession and maintain drives and give our defense a break when we can with long offensive drives. I think that, our offense didn't show all of what it's capable of last week, but I think there's a few signs of what's to come. And I think what a great opportunity for us tonight here in Charlotte to play against a really good defense. Defense has got players at every level, and it'll be a challenge for us for sure. It's a divisional opponent, and all divisional games on the road generally are pretty tough to win. So we've got our work cut out for us for sure.
You mentioned throwing the ball down the field. I think the biggest example of that last week was the third down play in the fourth quarter late where they hit Shaheed to basically put the game on ice. I've had a couple of conversations on air about that play, and the consensus has been they may not have tried that last year. Why do you think they decided to do it this year?
Well, I mean, I think it starts with Derek Carr, right? There's more confidence in Derek Carr, and then you go to Shaheed, right? He was a rookie last year, so maybe in a situation like that, Jameis is not thinking, hey, I want to go to Rashid Shaheed, this undrafted free agent guy, in week one of the season. So I think that it's a moment that we all got a close view of through social media and the film that the Saints and NFL released took us really into the mind of Derek Carr and Pete Carmichael and those guys to see what exactly they were thinking in that moment. But honestly, I mean, I think that is an amazing sign of things to come with this offense and kind of Derek taking it and making it his own, right? I don't know that Pete would have necessarily been ready to call that play in that moment, but Derek said, this is what I want to do. And that those types of things go a long way as far as the quarterback taking ownership of the offense and his leadership role and the coaches trusting him and him trusting the young receiver. I mean, all those things are important for good offenses, and I think that's something that we'll see more and more as the season goes along.
Chatting with Lance Moore, former Saints great, up there in Charlotte, Saints and Panthers today at 6 p.m. You mentioned the word trust a couple of times there. I'm just a novice observer here. You were a pro for better than a decade. How much do you think Derek Carr, Pete Carmichael, and the Saints trust Trevor Penning at left tackle right now?
Well, I can't tell you for sure, right?
Right.
'Cause I'm not having conversations with those guys. But I do think that as bad as that first half was last week, the second half was a lot better, right? We gave up 4 sacks in the first half, no sacks in the second half, and Pete Carmichael and all the other offensive coaches figured out, okay, maybe we do need to give him a little bit of help. This is still essentially his rookie year because he hasn't played in enough games to be considered a veteran player. We can give him a little bit of help, take some of the edge off over there on that left side, and things started to work out a lot better. Now, Brian Burns is an elite pass rusher that we're playing against tonight. I know that the plan going into this game will be better from the first snap of the game than it was last week. Whereas I think the Titans have really good interior rushers and maybe not the greatest outside guys. So I think that's probably why the plan was to leave Penning kind of one-on-one over there in those matchups where he struggled. But I also think he's a pro, right? So he's going to get back in the lab and watch the film and get back on the field and figure out the proper techniques to be using against guys that have that elite rush ability. And, you couple that with a better game plan, right? Giving them some help, maybe some chips from the running backs out of the backfield. And maybe it's just a tight end in that position that takes the edge off of the rush. I think there'll be a better plan offensively. And I expect him to just play better personally in this game.
J.C. Horn, the number one cover corner for Carolina, not going to play in this ball game. How does that change things for the Saints offensively with these wide receivers?
Well, I mean, obviously, if they're without their best cover guy, it's an opportunity for us to potentially, take some more shots over on where he would be. But honestly, when we were doing offensive game plans, when I played, we weren't really looking at the defense and where certain guys are lined up and if they're in on this personnel grouping. It's in my mind, it's offense as usual. We're going to call our plays and we're going to expect our playmakers to go out and make those plays. It doesn't really matter who's on the other side, honestly. I mean, there's very few players in my career that I played against that the coordinators were saying, hey, well, maybe we're not going to take, too many shots at this guy. I mean, there's not that many, in my mind, elite corners where you don't want to challenge them at all. I mean, if they're great, okay, we're going to make them play great. We're not going to change up how we play our offense based on who's lined up against us defensively. If anything, it's an opportunity to take some more shots. But like I said, it's Sean Payton used to always say it's a faceless opponent over on the other side. It doesn't matter who's over there. We're going to go and do our thing, and we're going to do everything that we can to take advantage of whoever's over there, no matter who it is.
That may make this a bad question then, because on the other side from the Saints defensively is a rookie quarterback making his primetime home debut in Bryce Young. We saw him last week turn the ball over a couple times against Atlanta. How do you think Dennis Allen approaches facing that rookie quarterback?
Well, it's not a bad question because we're talking about a quarterback. Now, Obviously, that's different than one defensive back in an 11-man defense. This kid is elite and special with what he can do athletically. He's very, very smart, and I honestly think that he's going to be a very good player. With that being said, I don't think the Carolina Panthers' recipe for success is dropping him back to pass 38 times as they did last week. I think they're going to want to rely on the run game first and foremost, and after that, the play action, boots and naked, getting him out of the pocket, being able to use his athleticism to extend plays or to, third and long situations, potentially tucking the ball down and trying to run for first down. I think our defense has its work cut out for it. I mean, I don't think this is going to be some easy matchup that we're playing against a rookie quarterback. I mean, if history tells us anything, is that this Saints organization, for whatever reason, has struggled with mobile quarterbacks, rookie or not. So I think the job that the front has is very difficult as far as keeping him in the pocket, not allowing him to extend plays with his legs, getting their hands up when the ball is coming out from the pocket. It's a shorter quarterback, which could potentially lead to more tips, and hopefully more tips lead to more interceptions. If we can get pressure on him and keep him in the pocket, then I think it'll be a very, very successful night for our defense and potentially taking the ball away and giving extra possessions back to our offense.
Panthers took it to the Saints twice last year. How do you think it goes tonight?
I think we win. I think that we are a better team than we were last year, and I think that rookie quarterback, It's their home opener. Obviously, they're going to be juiced up and ready to go. But I think that this team is different. I think we've got bigger fish to fry, and it's a divisional game. We're going to be ready to play. We're going to remember what happened in those games last year. And to me, it's more specific to the game early on in the season where we came in and nobody thought that, the Panthers could beat us, and they, kind of took it to us. So, kind of righting the wrongs of last year and kind of making a statement as far as where this team could potentially be at the end of the season and kind of us hopefully looking like we're on another level than a very, very young team that's starting a quarterback for his, rookie season in only his second game.
Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.